Alright, so this is the Division 1.8, and this is my Final Measure tank build. I know a lot of people run this as a Final Measure healer, but that's great. I just like this version a little better. So it's with 4,000 firearms and just around 9,000 stamina, leaving our electronics at about 2,900. And I run this with double houses. So on the first house, it's a damage dealing house, and on that one I've got Deadly, Vicious, Card Counter, and then those are the attachments. And then on the other house, this one's more for health regen, shooting NPCs. I have self-preserved, predatory, card counter, and then these are the attachments. And then for a secondary, I have a pistol. Doesn't really matter, but I keep my cool-headed one just in case I need an alt. And then on the chest piece, I have rolled for stamina, skill haste, exotic damage resilience, and kill XP should be ammo capacity. That's definitely something that should change. Mask, I have rolled stamina, exotic damage resilience, and kill XP, which that should be burn resistance. And then on the knee pads, I've got rolled for stamina, exotic damage resilience, shock, burn, and bleed resistance. On the holster, I've got skill haste, and on the gloves, I've got skill haste, crit chance, crit damage, rolled for stamina. The skill haste, I go back and forth, kind of 50-50 on it if I want to change it to SMG damage, so kind of play with it and see what you feel like. Right now I kind of like it as skill haste. And then on the backpack we have rolled for stamina with health and burn resistance. And then as the mods I have firearm skill haste and first aid self heals. And on the holster my mod is first aid self heal. On the knees I have firearm skill haste and first aid self heal. And on the mask I have stamina, exotic damage resilience, and then on the chest piece I have firearm skill haste on both, and then these are the gear set bonuses for Final Measure. Now we'll look at the crit chance, which there you see it, and then I've got the crit damage and headshot damage below that. And then down here we'll take a look at our skill haste at 37%. And the crazy exotic damage resilience, which is at 72% with the 33% bleed resistance. And down there you see our burn resistance is also pretty crazy. So this build's great at keeping those off. And then here we have our skills, which we have a booster shot, our immunizer, and then we run with a recovery link. And then for talents, I've got critical save, combat medic, strike back. And then I have chain reaction, but that can switch around. You can run it with precision to get a little bit more crit chance when you're fighting. If you're getting a lot of kills and you have a good pulse building your team, you can run on the move. If you're fighting solo and you want to keep status effects off, you can run adrenaline. But as it stands, I mostly like running with chain reaction because you'll be spamming quite a few nades as a final measure. Overall, this build is great. It's actually a lot of fun to run, and when you run it with a healer, it's a very, very strong build. On its own, it's not incredible, but it's a lot of fun to run, and it's very different from the meta. It counters a lot of things. It's a serious pred counter for sure, but with a healer, it's strong. So here I've got a few clips. First one, I'm fighting a striker here. He throws a nade and gives me that firearms buff. Which, as you can see, outdoes the striker stacks that he builds up on me during the face tank. But next one, I have, in this clip, we're actually fighting with a couple of my friends, so it's pretty friendly. But they have one guy using a Predator's Mark, and that's kind of the point of the clip, is just he puts a Pred Bleed on me, and you can see that it literally does nothing. Between the resilience that I have and the health gain, it was just pretty tough to overcome that with a Pred Bleed. So here we continue fighting, kill a couple other guys, and then we'll move on to the next clip. So in the next clip here, I'm walking up on another rogue. This guy has Pred. He was very annoying with his Pred, though. He was hip firing it, so the Pred Bleed was not that strong, especially with this build. As you can see, the Pred Bleed doesn't actually do very much damage. It has more to do with when he's shooting me and when he's not. But here we're taking him down. It's a little bit longer of a fight, but once I take him down, we go on to kill a couple other people, and then the clip ends. The the footage cuts off a little bit, but I ended up getting a rank 0 manhunt, which not the craziest thing in the world, but with this build, that's pretty solid. And then all 4 of them came out at once, and that got a little bit hectic. So I'll stop talking and let the clip play out.